Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, surprisingly, was very, very good. I really, genuinely enjoyed it. So what does that mean? What does that mean moving forward? Well, it might not be quite as good a news as we think it is. We're going to be reading an article in a minute saying how amazed that Paramount is that it did quite well as well. Well, you know, I can understand, you know, after everything you do as a dud, you do something that is actually successful. It looks a bit different. You know, we had years of the MCU saying, oh, no, we're doing great. We had incredibly successful movie. Oh, yeah. And then when they actually do have a successful movie in the form of Spider-Man No Way Home, it's very noticeable, right? Spider-Man No Way Home, comparing it to Thor, and it was very Thor. What's it called? Love and Thunder. That looked like bollocks. And Doctor Strange. I have Disney Plus. I haven't even been able to get through watching it. It's just giving me a headache, you know. You can tell when something's successful and something's not because it's successful or it isn't. But is this universally good news? Could be no. Okay, sorry, being Debbie Downer, could be no. Before we get into it, like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are very, very good. Thank you very much. I am very, very grateful for you liking, sharing, and subscribing. I am, actually. I'm generally am. Thank you very much. I know it sounds like something I say as a routine, which I do, but it's also true. I am very grateful to you. And, like, YouTube are doing their best to keep my subscriptions down. It's really bizarre. If you look at the analytics, it's yes, insane. You can see the algorithm going, no! If I get 20 of you who aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now. That might break it and move me up to the next level, right? I think that's basically what I need. 20 of you to hit that subscribe button, and it really might just like break me through to the next level. Thank you very much if you do. If you don't, listen, thanks for hanging out. I very much appreciate it. If you are subscribed, please make sure you're still subscribed. Sign up to my Substack, my email newsletter. Sign up to my my paid Substack, my other email newsletter, where you get my comic books. It's basically just a way of you being able to throw me a couple of digital bucks. Thank you very much for that. I am pathetically grateful for that. So like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are very good. I got a lot of comments to answer today. Fine. Let's talk about Star Trek. So, why is it not good news? So, a normal sane person will look at, oh, Star Trek Strange New Worlds did very well. Maybe they'll work out the error of their ways and they'll stop doing the unwatchable shit they have been doing. I'm using the Freudian terms, obviously. The unwatchable shit they've been doing, and they'll start doing things people like. That's what a sane person would think, but sane people do not live in Hollywood, right? Sane people are not welcome there. Do you remember Mandalorian, right? Mandalorian first came out, and I grabbed my armrest every episode of that because I thought it was going to be turned into being absolutely awful. I had to wait for the Book of Boba Fett for that, but I knew it was coming sooner or later, right? I knew it was going to happen sooner or later, but it didn't, right? It didn't, incredibly. So you thought, oh, they're going to see the error of their ways over at Star Wars. They're still going to stop making this weird, feminized Star Wars, which nobody really wants, right? Little girls aren't interested in it. Little boys aren't interested. Kathleen Kennedy's is interested in it. That's basically it, right? That's really, the only person who go, oh, yeah, we want more of that. So, but they didn't, right? What happened was, it seemed to be Kathleen Kennedy was on the verge of being fired for just incredible failure, which I doubt. You know, the evil people don't take accountability for anything, right? Under any circumstances. And for her to be fired would mean that Bob, whoever, not Cheepak, the one before him, Bob Iger would have to admit he was wrong. And that can never happen, right? They cannot do it because they're weak, pathetic, evil people. So instead, when The Mandalorian came out, we didn't see a direction change. What we saw was Kathleen Kennedy take credit and say, see, I know what I'm doing with Star Wars anymore. And say, here, have a bit of Kenobi. You want a bit of Kenobi? Here, let's do the Princess Leia Chronicles in there. Let's make it all about that, right? Exactly, right? Exactly. And it was the shit it turned out to be when you saw her fingers all across the Book of Boba Fett. It was awful. And the rumor is for Indiana Jones that it's all about literally replacing Indiana Jones with Phoebe Waller-Bridge as the new Indiana Jones. I hate it. Probably that's the case, right? Probably that's the case. So we see something similar here in the Star Trek world. Let's read this article and let's see if we can glean maybe Maybe they've learnt their lesson. Maybe. Probably not. Probably not. Strange New World is the most watched Paramount Plus Star Trek original debut. No, it's the most watched thing that they've done. Right? It's the only. If you put it on regular television and put it next to Discovery and Picard, they're all going to lose against Strange New Worlds. Why? Because Strange New Worlds, they have one bit of like annoying woke casting, but other than that, is actually episodic drama with characters you find interesting, right? Characters which have flaws, and have quirks. I think it's because they have male characters into it. But yeah, there's a lot of great stuff in it. But I particularly, absolutely adored the Spock T'Pol, was it T'Pol or T'Pring relationship. I mean, it didn't hurt that his fiance was super hot. I mean, it's like super smoking at all times. That she was very easy on the eye. But I found that really interesting, and I think organic exploration of Star Trek. Now, I want to say, if you're somebody who says, well, this is not in canon, it disagrees with canon completely. Yeah, it has to be set in its own universe, right? Obviously, for me, it's set in its own universe, which is fine. To me, this seems like somebody's take on Star Wars after watching Star Trek, right? It was, it's not the original, but it's somebody's interpretation of it, which is fine. I'm up for that, right? I used to like, when I grew up, I lived in London, and we had all this culture, right? You could go to the open air theatre a lot, where they had Shakespeare in the Park, and I like that stuff. Like, I like revisionist versions of Shakespeare. Like there was a great Hamlet I saw where everybody was wearing modern dress, and I like reinterpretations of it that are organic to the original, which I think this show was. But I think this is just going to be a green light saying, oh yeah, let's have more Michael Burnham smiling smugly and being the best as ever, which really isn't that great. So let's have a look. Star Trek Strange New World wrapped up its freshman season last month to high praise here at Trek Movie. Also here, I hated everything else they'd done, right? Along with positive buzz from critics and fans. Yes, because it wasn't shit. It was like Star Trek. None of this is confusing, right? It wasn't about stunning and brave women being stunning and brave. It was Star Trek. And it's amazing. People who work on Discovery actually think Star Trek is about stunning and brave women being stunning and brave. So it should be no surprise to hear that the show is also a big hit for Paramount Plus, who I believe lost 1.8 billion or 18 billion or something ridiculous in its first year, because making unwatchable things that nobody wants to watch. Today, Paramount Plus, Strange New Hits. Today, Paramount Plus sent out an announcement revealing that Star Trek Strange New Worlds had the strongest debut ever for a Star Trek series. It's not the debut. I reckon it's the finish. How did that last episode do, which I thought was pretty good. I like the penultimate episode as well. I like the engine room. I like a lot of it. I just like it, right? I just like it. Star Trek had the strongest debut episode for any Star Trek series, setting a record as the most watched original series in the franchise in over 90 days. First 90 days. The series is off to a strong start internationally, ranking it as the two most popular original Paramount series on Paramount Plus in the UK. Well, it's not surprising. It was good. Again, these overeducated idiots, like working things out with an abacus. Oh yeah, it's good. No, it's just because it was good. That was it. It wasn't forward them preaching insanity. It wasn't woke, right? It was somewhat woke, but it wasn't woke. What is woke? It's the platforming of strange ideology, which most people don't like, mixed in with ideology which are universally accepted, onto an existent popular franchise, right? That's what it is. It's normally it comes with incredible drop in quality. You would look at things like the Orville season 3 and Sandman, which I don't think were an incredible drop of quality. And that's not a universal constant anymore. But it is a platforming of a collection of ideas. Some universally accepted, like black people are people too. We all agree with that. Every sane person agrees with that, right? Anybody who doesn't agree with that is a weirdo, right? There's nobody who is on the fence about that. Chemically castrating little boys and giving double mastectomies to little girls, not so much, right? Not so universally accepted, even though it is gender affirming. Ooh, and it's care, so it all must be good, right? No, but that's what woke is, right? Paramount executives showed their enthusiasm for the show in an official statement released today, stating, starting off with the chief of programming for Paramount Plus, Tanya Giles. Tanya Giles said, "Thank fuck for that. We didn't screw up one thing." I'm paraphrasing. Star Trek fans all over the world embrace the incredible new Star Trek journey because it was Star Trek at last and we starved for it, right? You cancelled the fan films. This is the closest we got to Star Trek in a long time. We are thrilled that the Star Trek universe continues to be one of the most watched franchises on the service. Well, again, you're standing on the shoulders of giants. Last week, the company announced that Paramount had grown to Paramount Plus had 43 million subscribers globally, with most sign up for the US subscription service during the second quarter of 2022. In a call with investors last week, Paramount Global CEO Bob Bakish cited Trek among the drivers for Paramount Plus, saying, "Well, yeah, obviously it's going to be. The power and strength of our franchises, existing and new, was on full display this quarter, thanks to the performance of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, 1883, and Yellowstone Universe," no idea what that is, our latest South Park special, South Park Stream Wars, as well as Halo. Halo crashed and burned. Everybody hated it, right? No, shut up. It was all Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and everything else is hiding behind that. Which became our top global driver for subscription, acquisition, and engagement. God, I hate corporate speak. Yes, because it wasn't shit. I mean, again, oh, God, I see them looking at squirrels like hamsters going through a maze going, "Oh, what does this mean? Maybe we need more Michael Burnham." Could be. That must be it. The franchise is just getting started. Now, that's corporate speak for we're about to take a shit all over it, right? In today's release, the president and CEO of CBS, George Cheeks, offered more praise along with a hint of what's more to come for the franchise. "We decided we're going to make it shit." Well, thank you there. Over the past 6 years, Alex Kurtzman has failed like no human being has failed before, with the exception of Kathleen Kennedy and maybe Chris Chibnall. And his amazing team have brilliantly created and crafted, carefully curated a new Star Trek universe, which is universally shit above and Star Trek Strange New Worlds, for Paramount Plus, with 5 complementary series, all of them awful. 5 series? Picard, awful. Discovery, awful. Lower Decks, awful. What's the 4th one? Strange New Worlds, that's 4. What's the 5th one? I don't know, I'm scared to even ask. With each a different tone, style, and story, and in some cases, target audiences. Yes, Star Trek Strange New World targets an audience that exists, whereas Lower Decks and Discovery and Picard targets an audience that doesn't exist. And each series is a success in its own right. No, it's not. Discovery doesn't get viewers. Picard didn't get viewers. You couldn't sell Discovery season 4 to a international partner. No, it's not a success. You're lying, right? That's a lie to make you sound better. Star Trek Strange New World is earning critical acclaim. Yes, because again, you make a sea of unwatchable garbage. It's like not bad. The not bad thing is going to, in the Valley of the Blind, the one-eyed man is king, isn't it? It's earning critical acclaim and delivering notable performance achievements on the service, both domestically and internationally. We look forward to the franchise continuing its journey here on Paramount Plus, here in the US and globally, where in the case of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, we're just getting started. Also, basically, they're looking for new international partners now. That's essentially what's going on. That's why that means what they're getting started. Okay. I mean, look, they killed off one of the best characters on the penultimate episode, who was male, right? Are they going to put a stunning and brave female in? Probably. And that's the problem with the series, right? The helmswoman, Lieutenant Latinx lesbian, Lieutenant Ortega, is just a awful character, right? Just an awful character wearing a male hand-me-down. It's not like a feminine character at all. Sadly, no. Well, what do you mean? There's masculine character and feminine character. Yes, men and women are different. Yes, I understand. Not what. No one's inferior and no one's superior. Men and women are different. Yes, that basic science, that basic simple science does elude the what's the word I'm looking for? The brain trust, right? The brain trust over at Paramount Plus. Star Trek Central now is now available to stream exclusively on Paramount Plus in the US, UK, Latin America, Australia, South Korea, and Nordics, and airs on Bell Media's CTV Sci-Fi channel and streams on Crave in Canada. Paramount Plus has previously announced the service will launch in Italy in September, following launch in Germany, Switzerland, Australia, and France in December. Okay, fine. Yeah, look, they're saying we're using this to get to more people. Essentially, we're using this to get to more people. But yeah, look, it's what it said on the tin. Star Trek was awful. They made a show that wasn't awful. Weirdly, it did better. All right, and I'm sorry that I don't have a current college degree to make that sound complicated. But, you know, it's not bloody complicated. The bottom line is, it's not bloody complicated. Much like the work of the brains, the inner workings of the brains of the people running Paramount Plus, who resolutely keep Kurtzman employed, no matter how badly he does. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.